thanks for joining us. I'm Mitchell Ringos. We start this cast with the 25th annual Bearskin Airlines Hope Classic, which held their closing ceremony this afternoon. Organizers announced the total amount that was raised, but also made the surprising announcement that this year's bonspiel will be the last. The ceremony had tears of joy and sadness as they celebrated everyone who participated in this year's event, thanked their sponsors, and reminisced about how impactful the charity has been over the past 25 years. Over $121,000 was raised this year, and the organizers say they couldn't be happier with how the event turned out. The closing ceremony also marked the end of the Hope Classic, with the event raising over $3.4 million since it started. And Cliff Friesen, who was the bonspiel's original sponsor, says while it was a good 25 years, it's time to move on.
We've all been here for 25 years, which is a long time, and we have a lot of things that we want to do in our future as we are retired, and we'd like to be able to travel. And this is a full-time job. It's time, and we'd like to have it end on a high note, which is what it did today.
For me, it's extremely emotional because I've been on the committee for 25 years and I was the chair for 20, so it's emotional for me. It was a big decision, but it's time for a change.
Childs and Friesen would like to thank the sponsors, community partners, and the residents of Thunder Bay who have helped grow the event over the years, and added that Linda Buchan's legacy will continue on through the Linda Buchan Center. Well, Thunder Bay startup company BioNorth Solutions was recently named the winner of the Northern Ontario Innovation Challenge, a competition led by BioEnterprise Canada. BioNorth develops bacterial-based products that help with soil cleaning and plant growth, which they hope will continue keeping plants healthy across Northern Ontario. Mike Lang reports.
In 2014, Lakehead University alumni Amber Cavisto and Dr. Miranda Locke combined their knowledge in business and biochemistry to establish BioNorth Solutions, a small company of only 7 people who work to create microbe-based products for plants. Their business grew from the ground up, starting with a soil cleansing product, Microbiate SG, that cleans oil and gas spills in soil without having to landfill them, and eventually they shifted their focus to plant growth. BioEnterprise Canada recognized their efforts with a $5,000 reward, a year's worth of mentoring, and first place in their online innovation challenge.
We all gave a collective cheer. It was pretty exciting. We didn't expect to win, so it was a great day for all of us to be here. It started 10 o'clock in the morning, I believe, with the pitches, and by noon we knew. So while the judges were chatting, we collectively chatted, and then they came back and said that we were the lucky recipients.
Next up, continued expansion with a move out of their current Cumberland Street office and preparing stock of their new product line for next spring.
We're getting ready to launch our PGP products next year, which are PGP2R and PGP4. And these really help with plant growth promotion, so you get bigger yield, increased germination, healthier plants, and you can use less fertilizer, so it's an organic way of growing and using less chemicals.
Mike Lang, TBT News.
A man who accompanied Terry Fox on his epic journey 42 years ago was meeting people in Terrace Bay and other parts of the North Shore recently. Bill Vegard says it's amazing how many people continue to have strong memories of Fox in 1980.
In Terrace Bay and the other small towns we stopped at, it seemed everybody in town had a Terry Fox story, a Terry Fox memory, whether it was seeing him run past or having an opportunity to talk with him or just seeing him on the highway.
Vegard was a close friend and confidant of Fox during the Marathon of Hope, organizing public events and ensuring the maximum amount of money was raised. He recently came back to this region and went to the Terry Fox Monument to chat with people who interacted with Fox during that time. Vegard says his tour stop at Jackfish Lake near Terrace Bay brought back the strongest memories, as that's where Fox spent the day with 10-year-old Greg Stott, who had also lost a leg to cancer.
And Terry said it was his most inspirational day, and I was able to stand on the shore of Jackfish Lake 42 years later, and if you ever see the video and the scenes from that, in my head yesterday I could still hear the laughter, because that one particular day was one of the lightest and most comfortable and rewarding days, with Greg there and my kids there and Terry being able to relax and have fun.
And Vegard says he's currently working on a book about the Canadian hero. Well, in other news, there's a new website that'll help remember the women who made victory possible in the Second World War, working right here in the Lakehead. The Rosies of the North website shares the stories of almost 4,000 women who assembled 2,300 aircraft at the former Canada car plant. The new Rosies interactive website is a project of the Finnish Labor Temple and features information gathered from archives and families of the wartime employees. The materials were digitized by history students at LU and show how women took on increasingly important roles throughout the war. The website comes more than 20 years after film producer Kelly Saxberg released the documentary Rosies of the North. She explains the importance of recognizing the Rosies and all the women who supported the war effort at home.
Without the industrial might, really, of North America, the war against Hitler would not have been won by the Allies. Like, really, they needed all hands on deck. And the fact that women stepped up to the plate, and then they really found pride in themselves.
The project is supported by a grant from the Thunder Bay Community Foundation. A popular Halloween festival is returning to Thunder Bay's North Core. The 15th edition of The Hunger is being presented by the Definitely Superior Art Gallery as a fundraiser for their operations. The event turns downtown Port Arthur into a massive Halloween party filled with music, performances, and costumes. In total, 50 acts will be performed across 7 venues, including the Foundry, Black Pirates Pub, and Atmos. Various genres of music will be playing throughout the night by local and out-of-town artists. No advance tickets are being sold. Instead, wristbands can be purchased at any of the participating venues on Saturday, October 29th, starting at 9 p.m. People are advised to arrive early, and organizer Renee Terpstra says it's nice to be able to hold the hunger again after a 2-year hiatus.
I know that the performers, bands, and DJs, they're all really excited as well, because performing for people is what they really live for. So it's like a breath of fresh air. It's like a new lease on life. It's quite exciting. And people are starting to, just come out and start to enjoy those things again. So that's really wonderful to see things returning to that lifeblood of the community, which is arts and culture.
This year's event will be helping to support the Phase 2 renovations at Definitely Superior's new gallery space. The full performance schedule can be found on the Definitely Superior website. Well, families have flocked to Gammondale Farm over the past few weeks for their 28th annual Pumpkin Fest, and residents only have 1 weekend left to celebrate autumn with their family-friendly activities. Jessica Clement reports.
Gammondale Farm has been bringing the celebration of autumn through Pumpkin Fest for the past 28 years. The festival takes place over 6 weekends every fall, and families from all over the region come out to appreciate the outdoors. Pumpkin Fest tickets can be purchased online for $17.75 per person and gives visitors the chance to participate in the various activities offered, including picking a pumpkin, seeing farm animals, riding the pumpkin train, as well as seeing the country's largest pumpkin catapult launch a pumpkin through the air. Gammondale Farm owner Sue Gammon says it's been a wonderful time so far, with families and young adults coming out and enjoying the many attractions and photo opportunities.
The fall is a wonderful time to get out and be in the country, and families come to be with each other and enjoy the animals that we have and the little activities that we have. Interestingly, we have a lot of young people, not small children, but young adults who come, and I think what they're doing is taking pictures and selfies and just plain having fun.
Gammon says she loves seeing the smiles on everyone's faces and that it motivates her to bring the event back every year. We spoke to some kids who are all eager to talk about their favorite activity.
The Boo Barn. Because it's just so spooky, and then when you disco in the beginning, it's all black. You can just hear evil laugh. The Boo Barn, because the person tells a story and it's super scary because I have my friend going on the horses.
Why is the horse your favorite?
Because it's fun.
If you haven't had the chance to visit Pumpkin Fest yet, don't worry. You'll have one last chance next weekend from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Jessica Clement, TVT News.
We're now joined by sports anchor Kurt Black. Now, recently we saw Lakehead's hockey team make their home opener, but this time it was their basketball team.
Yeah, it can't always be hockey, right?
Yes.
Gotta do something for the Hoops fans out there. Yeah, really entertaining night last night for both the men's and women's basketball teams over at LU. Pretty exciting, you know. We got a little preview of what to expect this upcoming season. We'll have all those highlights right after the break.